Hello friends, welcome to Gokul Global University and Faculty of Science College in MSc. So, in organic chemistry deals with molecules mostly made up of carbon and few other elements. These elements are bonded to each other in certain possible specific ways. Molecules have a shapes and geometry which give them their characteristic properties. Chemists synthesize molecules in labs and try to determine the structure of product. So at this point, actually question arises that how actually this structure is determined. In spectroscopy is deals with interaction of radiation with molecules. It helps us to determine structure of compound. Different spectroscopy reveals details of compound at various levels. Structure determined as a whole and then introduce three different methods. Is first have mass spectroscopy is to determine mass of molecule and atomic composition. Second is a nuclear magnetic resonance is our NMR spectroscopy is to determine carbon skeleton of molecule. And third is the infrared spectroscopy is to determine functional groups in molecule. In our NMR is more important than all the rest put together as it gives information in much detail compared to other. Nuclear magnetic resonance NMR allows us to detect atomic nuclei and say what sort of environment they are in within their molecule. So in MSc chemistry some for 2D NMR spectroscopy is there, but before study of 2D NMR spectroscopy is much important to we studied about 1H NMR and 13C NMR spectroscopy for 2D NMR spectroscopy. So let us begin the chapter NMR spectroscopy. NMR have a three type. First have a proton is a 1H nuclear magnetic resonance, also called as a PMR or 1H NMR. Carbon, second one is a carbon 13C nuclear magnetic resonance is also called as a 13C NMR. And third one is a two-dimensional NMR is called 2D NMR. 2D NMR spectroscopy is a combination of 1H NMR and 13C NMR spectroscopy. So nuclear magnetic resonance NMR spectroscopy is basically another form of absorption spectroscopy. First question is how it's another form of absorption spectroscopy is the under appropriate condition in magnetic field a molecule can absorb radio frequency. Molecule absorbs the radio frequency and absorbs the radio frequency and give to data signal, but how to absorb on which condition. So absorption is a function of certain nuclei in molecule. We know the all molecule have a nuclei. In nuclei, proton or neutron is present, and around to the nuclei, electron have a present. But proton have a produced magnetic field is how we saw in another slide. A plot of the frequencies of the absorption peaks versus intensity constitutes a NMR spectrum. This absorption will show by the absorption peaks to the graph. Here all nuclei carry charge because of the nuclei have proton or neutron, but neutron have a neutral charge or proton have a plus charge. So nuclei carry a charge. In some nuclei, this charge spin on nuclear axis. So this charge proton have a axis on nuclear axis generating a magnetic dipole along axis. So nuclear magnetic dipole is produced to the spinning of proton. So here this nuclei proton presencing in magnetic field beta 0. If the magnetic field is present, then spinning of proton and produce a nuclear magnetic dipole. This spin quantum number is give a atomic mass or atomic number by this different example. So if the spin quantum number is half integer, then atomic mass have a odd number and atomic number is odd or even. How the example is hydrogen, carbon, oxygen and nitrogen. This all example hydrogen have a atomic mass is odd number and atomic number is also odd. In carbon atomic mass have a odd number but atomic number is a odd. Atomic mass have a odd. So in integer, if the spin quantum number is integer, atomic mass have a even and atomic number is a odd. The example is a deuterium, nitrogen and boron. These deuterium atomic mass have a even and atomic number is a odd. Also in nitrogen and boron. So if the spin quantum number is 0, then the atomic number and atomic mass both are in even. So in example carbon, oxygen or sulfur, these three all are have a even number of atomic mass and even number of atomic number. So when spin quantum number I is equal to 0, no NMR. So no give any signal or no any absorption frequency. So this will no give any NMR. In spin quantum number determines the orientation of nuclei in uniform external magnetic field. This determine external magnetic field beta 0 is produce the dipole moment and this orientation is 2I plus 1. But for proton I have a 1 half charge, thus orientation is a 2. Then the energy and magnetic field, so I is 1/2 is pin is plus or minus in both. If the plus or minus both energy level to the magnetic field, these two energy levels, so transition is possible. The required energy for transition correlated with magnetic field by fundamental NMR equation. This fundamental NMR equation is V is equal to gamma beta 0 by 2 pi. V is the radio frequency and gamma is the constant, is a magnetogaric ratio. This magnetogaric ratio for proton, it is 26,750, and beta 0 is the applied magnetic field. Here the resonance condition for proton is in a field of 14,092 Gauss. The required frequency is 60 megahertz, and in field of 2.33 Tesla, the required frequency is 100 megahertz. This energy is 60 megahertz and 100 megahertz is different. So 1 Tesla is equal to 10 raised to 4 Gauss. Here, so in our peaks, absorption radiation to by magnetic field sweep. So in peaks, all protons give a sharp signal. Here give sharp signals. So all proton give a sharp signal. How we differentiate and determine the protons in the presence of molecule? So principally all the protons in organic compound will give only one signal. So in give one signal to the downfield direction by absorption of radiation in magnetic field. So all protons absorb at same effective field but do not absorb at same applied field. I repeat this sentence. All protons absorbs at same effective field but do not absorb at same applied field due to different environments of the protons, and hence number of signals are observed in the NMR. Here do not absorb same applied field by to the different environments of the proton by different protons, so give a different signals. These all protons absorb at same effective field but do not absorb same applied field. This difference give a different signal by proton environments. So how the proton environments is different we will show in another slide. First questions is our aspects of NMR. How kinds of aspects. First is the number of signals. Number of signals is we determine by spectroscopy 1H NMR, and second is position of signals is chemical shifts. Is chemical shifts have a different points. Then other is peak area. The signal given by the protons have a different peak area. So we differentiate the protons by peak area. in aspects of NMR. Fourth one is a splitting of signals. This splitting of signals in by split by spin splitting. First, number of signals we will show in our these lectures and other points we show in our others all lectures tells us how many kinds of protons are present in molecule. First question is different kind of protons. How? Is there two different kinds. First is equivalent proton and second is non-equivalent proton. So equivalent proton with the same environment and non-equivalent proton is different environment. We discuss on above slides the absorption do not absorb same magnetic field by the different environment. So different environment then proton have a different in how kinds of proton equivalent or non-equivalent. So we will show our example and show the different kinds of proton. Here examples. So first example is 2-chloropropane. Here in the example methyl group have a same signal because of the same environment. So call as a equivalent proton. And second is CH group is a CH group is a different environment. So is give another signal. So this molecule give a two signal. In the another example of chloropropane is give three signals. These three signals have methyl group and CH2 group and CH2 group. These three all are have a different signals because of the all are have a different environment. So different environment then different environment then non-equivalent protons. So these two examples of equivalent and non-equivalent protons. And in another examples of on same carbon two hydrogen have a different signals to the 2-bromopentene. But before this example, third example is our give two signals because of the passes of the oxys and these two methyl group and two hydrogen group have same, so give same signal, so give a two signal. But in fourth example 2-bromopentene has two different proton attached to double bonded carbon because of on another side the carbon have a bromine or methyl group. So there is no axis or plane of symmetry present in molecule. Hence these two protons on double bonded carbon give different signals by the not presence of any plane of symmetry and axis. So these 2-bromopentene give three signals. Same example is a chloropentene. Chloropentene have similar give three signals because of there is no any axis or plane of symmetry present in this molecule. Then our sixth example, cyclo methyl cyclopropene have four signals. Because of passes of plane, these CH3 give different signals and hydrogen have a different. These two gives different signals, and on another side these two hydrogen on upper and two hydrogen lower give same signals because of passes of plane and give same signals. Then this molecule have four signals. In another example, cyclohexane have give one signal because of passes of plane or axis. Then all hydrogen present on the carbon have same number of signals, then give only one signals in cyclohexane. Similar to the another two example have two signals and four signals. These four signals of 1,2 dichloropropane. In these four signals of hydrogen, to the A is a methyl group, B on the presence of chlorine on number 2 position, and another two signals on the number 1 carbon. So these molecule have a four signals. Then these all are examples of number of signals to determine by the different kinds of proton is equivalent or non-equivalent protons. And these example have equivalent or non-equivalent protons. So thank you listening my lecture on